Hi beauties, it's Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and today, if you saw my swap videos, I had this card was one that I swapped, so I'm going to show you how to make it today. Straight, I haven't done any preparation, I just grabbed the things that I need to have near me. So let's go ahead and get started. It's just this cute little panda card. It is from the Party Pandas, the celebration kit. So it's from Stampin' Up. When you order at least $50, you get to choose one item for every $50 you spend. And I did, so this is what I chose. I just love these little pandas. So I'm going to be using this panda here, holding that little letter. And I'm going to use this word hi. I chose to get the wood. Some of them I choose to get wood, some of them I choose to get in the photopolymer, like I'm grabbing one real quick, like this little fruit basket. So it all depends on what I want and how I'm going to use it. So first things first, let's stamp that little panda. I do use StazOn. It does leave a little bit, but you know what? I'm always, more times than not, going to use black. And then I can always still clean it off, which I do. And it works just fine. I could use other colors if I want, but for the most part, I'm going to use the black, so I don't worry about using the StazOn. So I'm just going to stamp that down. There you go. Now it is still a little light, so I just happen to have this with me. So I'm just going to add some more of the re-inker so that I could get that all really nice, because I want that panda, his arms and his ears, to be dark. So I'm going to put that on there, and we're going to try and stamp it again. That looks pretty juicy there. So we'll just stamp it again. I don't worry about the bottom because I'm going to cut off the bottom. And look at how nice and dark that is. When you're buying inks, I would definitely buy the re-inker with it. Just that way, if it goes out, you can always just refresh. And look at the difference between the two. So then I'm going to take a circle punch. Now I have old circle punches, so I use those, but if you don't have them, you could buy the circle dies that go in the Big Shot and use those. And then just right above his belly, I'm going to go ahead and center him, and then I just pop it and he comes right out. And that's it. I can use this for something else. I could paint that in with some black marker if I wanted to. Or I could always use the other side. Don't forget there's two sides to every paper, so don't throw those papers away. Next, I want to use this hi in there, but I want the hi to be a different color. So I'm going to grab my other color here. I'm going to use some Dapper Denim, just because it was right there and that's what I grabbed. I'm just going to put a little bit. Now, again, the reason I like to do the wood is because I could put that wherever I want. So if I put it right in the middle, there's a chance I could get some little halos, and I do not want that. So I'm going to just take that little hi, and I put it down toward the bottom so I know exactly where it's at. And look at how cute that is. So I'm going to set these aside so we can get them all cleaned off. And we are going to use a little bit of, let's see what color. This is Berry Burst. And what you're going to want to do is push on that top. If you could see, I'm just pushing. And what that's going to do is it's going to put some ink right here. And then I'm going to get just my blender pen, and I'm going to take the blender pen and I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this ink. Now I could use the marker in that color, but if you don't have all the markers, this is just get one blender pen and you could use it for so much. And it just picks up that ink and puts it in that little heart there. So cute. And then to get rid of the ink, all you want to do is just get like a little scratch piece of paper and just go like this. And after a bit, it'll come out pretty clear here. So you could see now that it's clear, I can just put it away. Okay, that is really all the stamping that we're going to do. So I'm just going to set this guy aside. And then I'm going to take a full sheet of Whisper white paper. I'm going to get my Stampin trimmer here. And I am going to cut at 5.5 straight down the middle. So I just grab my size that is for cutting. And I've now got 2 different cards bases. Then I'm going to bring this up and get rid of that cutting one. See, I get rid of that. And the only thing I'm keeping now is the scoring blade. So now I'm going to score this. I'm going to go to 4 1/4 and just run this across. I do it 2 or 3 times, and that just gives a nice little score there. I don't know if you can see it, but then you can fold your card very easily in half, and you've got a very good card base there to start with. So I just picked up some leftover scraps that I had. One of them was from this little Tutti Frutti Designer Series paper, and I ended up going with this mango here, or that's papaya. This papaya, and then the back had these great stripes. So I just have an extra piece here. And what I'm going to do is, first things first, I'm going to get that Stampin trimmer back out. The card base, just again, set that to the side. You're just building all your pieces. So I'm going to grab this guy, and I'm going to cut him at just about, let's see, 1 inch. I'm going to cut him at 1 1/4 inches. So there's that. And I know that I want him to go almost all the way across here. So I'm going to just take some scissors, cut it off at the same exact size. I could have used my paper trimmer, but you'll see it's not going to matter much here in a second. I'm now going to take this. This is a square punch. It's 1 1/4. You could use your scissors. I'm going to show you one side. I'm going to do with the square punch. I'm just going to set that in there like a flag. And there you go. If you wanted to use your scissors, just go straight up the middle. And then you go from the corner in and the corner in. And you just keep going until the pieces fall off. So you've got that there. So however you choose to do it, you're going to make a little flag that just goes right across the card. Then what I do is I take a piece of the Designer Series paper, and this one was from the magical, I wish I could remember the name of it. It was the magic one with the wizards and the mermaids and unicorns and stuff. So I'm going to do that. And one thing that I didn't do here, which I want this to be a little bit bigger, I made this tiny and it kind of matches up with the other paper underneath. But this time I don't want that. What I want to do is just cut this piece, cut this piece big enough for where I want it. And then I'm going to take some fast fuse here. And I'm going to put that, let me see. My fast fuse is sticking. There we go. I may be out of fast fuse. I'm out. I have to change that out. So let me just grab another. And then I'm going to use the 3-inch. So I'm just going to stick that right here. Then I'm going to take the 3-inch circle punch. I need to cut this down because I need to be able to see it. And I'm going to put it right in the middle there. And then your papers line up, and you just have these little pieces that you can get rid of and keep this for something else, you guys. You can make little teeny tiny flags, all kinds of stuff, even pieces like this. So we've got that there. So we're building our pieces. The only thing I need is some, here is a piece of ribbon. So I'm going to cut off a nice good chunk of ribbon. And again, we're just continuing to build our pieces. And I'm just going to look for a piece, one more piece that I might want to use. And I'll just stick with that same piece. So last piece I need is just this little tiny piece. I'm only going to make it about 1 inch wide. And there we go. So again, I want this to go across here the same length. Again, save these little guys for little flags or anything like that. And then we've got this. And we'll just, again, cut right up the middle. And the same goes here. And this is going to just add a little bit of color. And the great thing about Stampin' Up! Is everything, they use a lot of the same colors depending on what you choose. And so everything kind of goes together. So if you know that, like, this is actually what I based this whole project on. I loved these colors. So I grabbed that there. And I can't remember, was it Island Indigo, maybe? But I love the color and it matches just perfect. Same thing with this thread. I grabbed the thread, and that is the metallic edge. And what is the color? It's a Berry Burst. So that's Berry Burst, as is this. So we've got all of this there. Now we just need to put it all together. So first things first, I'm just going to make a little ribbon here. And I'm going to make it just a little bit big. And I will just put a little bit down here and stick it where I want at an angle so that it's toward the top there. Then I'm going to take this guy. It's funny that I have things right where I need them. Here we go. And I'm just going to take some dimensionals. I kept wanting to call them pop-up dots. How old is that? Pop-up dots. I haven't used that term in a long time. And then you just put, I'm putting 4 of them on there because I want it to hold the ribbon as well. So we're going to do this. We're going to stick him straight in the middle, right where I like him. And look at that. And we're just going to take this little guy. Oh, today's the air show. So you might hear a little bit of air show going on. The blue angels fly at 3. So I'll probably just go sit in my backyard and watch the blue angels fly over my house. They were practicing yesterday, and that's what I was able to see. So now we're just going to put these guys down. It's going to be really easy. Everything's just going to be right in the center. So we've got that there. We're going to get this little guy, and you could use this side if you want. That's the brilliance of the double-sided designer series paper. I'm going to stick that one in the center as well. And then I'm going to go and use some more dimensionals for this side here. And this one I'm going to put 5 of them because I really want it to sit down and flat, but still, you know, not get all bendy. So we're just going to flip that guy over and put him right in the middle. And there you go. So I hope you like this. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure you comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to continue to see more videos pop up from me, click on that bell. All right, beauties, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.